I know you also have written an article about Ohio State kind of has been saving a weapon all season. Are they ready to unleash it? Take us through kind of what you're getting at with that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm doing a to-do guide for how the Cleveland Browns need to handle the 2026 NFL draft. And one of those is keep good players from Cleveland in Cleveland. Arvell Reese, if you remember heading into that Texas game, he wasn't the talking point. It was Sonny Styles and it was one of the Texas linebackers. And a lot of us on the beat, everywhere we were going, were telling people, listen, by the end of this game, you're not going to be talking about those guys. You're going to be talking about number 8 in scarlet and gray, and that's Arvell Reese. And he has burst onto the scene, and he was awesome the first 2 months of the year. The way they unleashed him and used him almost Micah Parsons-ish, but back when Micah Parsons was still at Penn State when he was still doing linebacker things. And really, for the last month of the season, they haven't needed to do that as much. I think the threat of what Arvell Reese can be has kind of carried them through the last month of the year. And so you've seen maybe his pressures and his stats maybe tail off a little bit. But now we've gotten to the college football playoff, I think it is about time that we see that weapon get released again. And I think Matt Patricia's got some interesting stuff cooked up his sleeve to get Arvell Reese and to get Sonny Styles going. But listen, he was the X factor for why they beat Texas in week 1. And Jeremiah Smith is amazing. Carnell Tate is amazing. Caleb Downs is amazing. Sonny Styles is amazing. Cade McDonald in the interior of that defensive line is amazing. Julian Sands, a Heisman Trophy finalist. But Arvell Reese is the most intriguing piece for Ohio State throughout the rest of the college football playoff because the NFL is starting to fall in love with him, and he can spend the next 3 games reminding everybody why it is that people think he might be the first non-quarterback taken off the board come April.
How impressed have you been with Matt Patricia? When they hired him, I was like, okay, but he's done a lot with that defense.
I was very skeptical of the hire. Listen, you gotta admit when you're wrong, and I was very wrong. I think what's happened with Matt Patricia is there's 2 versions of him, right? If you talk to somebody who played for the New England Patriots, they're like, this guy's amazing. I love this guy. He's one of my favorite people in the world. But if you talk to people from Detroit, they're probably like, I hate that guy. That guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's in over his head. And I think because that's the last time we saw him in terms of as a public facing figure. I know he had spent some time with Philadelphia, but the Detroit Lions and the New England Patriots are really the staples of the Matt Patricia experience. And they're 2 very different people. And I think I'll speak for myself. I thought the Detroit Lions, Matt Patricia, is who was going to show up. And what we've gotten instead is I see where people who like the Patriots and are in that organization are coming from. He's a nice guy. He's a very smart defensive mind, and he has put this group of athletic freaks in positions to where he lets them make plays kind of on their terms. He essentially Ohio State's defense is he presents a structure that is hard to decipher if you're an offensive coordinator or a quarterback. But a lot of the power and the freedom is put into these very smart players' hands to make plays and do what they feel is best within the structure which Matt Patricia has provided. He has gone from skeptical type of a hire. I can't believe Ryan did this. The only reason you can get away with this is because you have a ring on your finger. To I think this might be the best hire Ryan Day has ever made.
Yeah, and I was skeptical. He's a defensive coordinator for Bill Belichick. That's not real hard. You know what I mean? That right there, that takes something away from it.